Right, so we're going to start. So today's class is going to sort of try and progress some of the moves that we've done previously. So we're doing a lot of just sort of static strength-based sort of pressing, some sort of deadlifts and things like that. So now we're going to try and add a slightly more dynamic sort of element to it. So we're trying to develop a bit of coordination and a bit of explosivity. So yeah, so if you've got any injuries or anything that's going to be aggravated by that, just take it easy and just drop down to an easier version, or just, you know, just use your common sense. I've got a bit of a shoulder twinge today, so one of the exercises I'm going to probably try and demonstrate, but probably miss it out, but we've done it before, so you should all know what you're doing. Okay, so we're going to get into a quick warm-up, as usual for me, into down dog. And just get each individual heel down, cross body, just to try and stretch out your calves, get your ankles moving, and get your shoulders nice and close to your head. Try and flatten your back, have a nice high arch, high A-frame in the body. And just hold it there and just gradually let yourself sink into this one. Then come forward and then flip your feet over, look up into Cobra and just decompress your upper back and just move around. Just enjoy that stretch and then reverse the movement and come back into downward dog. And just feel where you're tight today at your own pace. Just move around, get into each individual corner of all your joints, and just feel where you might need to spend a little bit more time opening everything up. And then come back down. Look up. And just get all your spine, all your vertebrae moving. And reverse. And then pick up the speed. But stay at your own pace. So 5 more of these. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Okay, pop up and get to a nice wide stance. We're going to do our usual few squats. Just start at your own pace. Just go quite shallow to begin with, and then work your way deeper. Just keep all the weight in your heels and upright body. Find your sticking points and just rest there for a second or so, and just feel where you're tight in your hips. Just try and challenge that movement a little bit, and come back up. And now something a little bit different. Go into a nice deep squat as far as you can. If you can't keep your heels on the ground, that's okay. You can lift them up, and just keep your hands in front of you for balance. And come onto one leg, and then touch your knee if you can to the ground by internally rotating your leg. It should be quite a gentle movement. Just feel where that hip capsule is. Just use your fingertips to support your weight, and just gradually work into it. And just, you might feel one leg's worse than the other. Like this right one is a bit of a sticking point for me, so I'm going to sit on it for just a little bit longer. You shouldn't feel any pressure in your knees while you're doing this. It just be a gentle stretching in the hip capsule. So if you're in any pain, just go a little bit shallower. Okay. And then come back up. So you should feel like your hips are ready to do some work. Okay, we're going to jump down and do the first of our 3 little sets for today. So first of all, we're going to work on our explosive power of our press-ups. So normally we've been doing normal press-ups. Today, what I'd like you to try, if you can, and I'm going to do this kneeling because it's going to hurt my shoulder otherwise, is try and do a plyometric press-up. So you go all the way down and push as hard as you can and try and come up into the kneeling position. If you can't do that, you can try just lifting your hands ever so slightly and come back down, like a little hop or a clap. So if you try and do 5 to 10 of these, and it's more about trying to achieve as fast a motion as possible to get enough momentum to come all the way up. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7. If you want to shorten the lever, you can go into a more kneeling position, and you lengthen the lever by coming more straight to make it harder. 5, 4, 3, really push. Get as high as you can. And last one, up. Brilliant, okay. So, next one is side squats, and if you have some hand weights available, you're going to try and add a little bit of resistance to this exercise that we've done before. So if you've got a kettle bell or a bag or a large amount of water or some milk, then hold it chest level, keep the chest up, and then weight your heel as much as possible, and try and sit on top of your heel to keep your body weight up, or your body upright, sorry. And we're going to do 10 reps each side. So that's 3, 4, 5. And really try and sit onto that heel bone. Get your bum to your heel. Get all the weight on that part of your foot. And you should be able to get a little deeper. So I think that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so on your backs on the floor, and this is the sit-up, called overhead sit-up. So straight-legged, you can have a weight or you can have no weight, it's up to you. Point your arms directly up at the ceiling and curl your spine up until you're fully upright with your hands overhead. And keep all the tension in here, in your abdomen, and try and keep all the, so basically try and protect your back, to keep tension here so you shouldn't feel it in your back at all. To curl each vertebrae off the ground as you come up and into the top position. So go for 10 reps. If you have a weight, include it as well. So really try and come up one vertebrae at a time. So it should be 5 more. And if you feel like you're getting a bit of pressure in your back, you can bend your knees. But that's just a sign that your abs are probably tiring a little bit. So 2 more. And last one. Very good. So if you just, for each round of that, just select a weight you find sort of taxing, really. Okay, so we're back onto the plyo press-ups. So really focus on just trying to get as high as you possibly can. If you do less reps, that's fine. It's really just about trying to get the coordination to come up very powerfully. That's 2. Try not to overextend your elbows at the top. It will hurt. And if you need to, remember, going to more of a four-legged position, shorten the lever, and that will make it easier if you start to fail. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Okay, so side squats again. Get a nice weight. If you've got a variety of weights, try and go a little bit heavier. And remember to weight that hill and try and get your glute to that hill. And that should balance you out nicely. And there we go. So 10 reps on each side. So 3 reps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Try and keep your chest up and sink down towards your leg like that. So if you're leaning forward too much like this, then you can come up a little bit higher. Not go as deep. Just make sure you're doing it properly. So 2 more reps. And there we go. Brilliant. Okay, so overhead sit-ups again. So if you didn't use a weight before, try one now. And away we go. So curl up, all the way to the top. And 10 reps. Just keep your arms directly over your shoulders, pointing at right angles to the floor at all times. So 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Great. Okay. So that's overhead sit-ups again. Done nicely. So just, if you've got any sweat on the floor, just give it a quick wipe down. And our last set of plyometric press-ups. So keep your body nice and straight if you want to go for the full variety of these ones. And push up as hard as you can. And if you're doing a hard variety, you can just go for 5 and have a little bit more rest. Up to you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maintain speed. 9. Last one. And 10. That's great. Okay. So side squats for the last time. Weight at chest height. And if you're struggling with leaning forward, then just try it without weight again. Really important to keep yourself up to attaching this hip in its range of motion, as well as our leg strength. So that's 4 reps. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 4 more. 1, 2. You go a bit deeper and hold it. And the same on the other side. Great. And sit-ups again. Last round on this one. So, remember, really keep the tension here to take the tension off your lower back and curl up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Great, so that was our first mini circuit. We're going to move on to our second now. So this is a new exercise. We're all, I think if you've done this class before, you're all familiar with the single leg deadlift that I like to do. But this variety, it's the same movement to begin with. You come down nice and slow, nice and controlled, nice and balanced, but come up very quickly and go into a lunge up here. And you stop yourself from moving forward. You've got to come through with your hips, and the chair or the block is here to stop you from falling over, basically. But you're trying to generate a lot of hip drive. So if you're a runner or cyclist or anything, you've got to use your glutes quite quickly to generate that power. So for this exercise, we come from here, and we start to generate the power now, and up, come all the way through. And you should have, you come up onto the ball of your foot at the end and have a bit of an angle down here, like you're in a longer lunge. So you get a little bit of a stretch. Okay? So we go through this round without any weights. If you want to add hand weights on the next set, then we can do that. Okay, so we start on this one, nice and controlled, and then pow, go through. Get your balance again, come down, nice and snappy. So that's 3. I'm going to try for 10 reps, 5 to 10 reps, depending on how you feel. So really power through this phase into a full stretch lunge. You've got 3 more reps. Just wind it in slowly and then snap. 1 more. Then change legs. So, as you may have seen in previous weeks, this is my weak leg. This is where I start going all over the place. So you want a nice lunge like that, and then get ready, go into the deadlift position, and then power through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, really come up and drive through into the ball of your foot. 9, and one more. 10. Great, okay. So moving on to another ab exercise now. So this is a hollow rock. So it's a hollow hold, and we're going to rock on our backs. So hollow hold is like make a banana shape with your body. So remove the arch of your lower back completely using your abs, and then rock onto your shoulders and rock onto your bum. And if you just keep your eyes looking at your big toes and just rock. So you're going to do sort of 10 reps in this. And really squeeze those abs. So 3, 4, 5. We'll make it harder. Have a slightly shallower banana shape. 6, 7. Hands overhead as well, if you can. 8, 9, 10. Right, okay. So next one. This is one I might not be able to do. It's a pike press up. So it's, as we've done in previous week, it's like this one. It's one of the few good shoulder exercises we've got. I'll just do 1 rep to demonstrate. Go into a nice big A-frame, high on your toes, touch the crown of your head to the floor, and then come back up. So if you can do 5 to 10 reps of that, I'm just going to do some L curls for my shoulder because it hurts. So away we go. I'll just watch you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take a rest if you need to, just to preserve the form. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, well done. So when we're going to go back into the dynamic leg, single leg deadlift. So if you have some hand weights or anything that might, a couple of water bottles or something like that, just add a little bit of resistance to this. I've got a kettlebell. You go into a normal deadlift position, brace yourself, and pop up. Okay? So we'll do the same number of reps, 5 to 10 reps. So if you're using a weight and it makes it harder and you can't do 10, then that's good. So the real thing about this is developing the speed and snapping just coming through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To really come through that leg. There's a deep lunge at the top. So 2 more. 1 more. If you need to touch your feet to the ground, balance, that's fine. Or if you can, keep them off the ground at all times with your non-working leg. Okay, so short legs. And first rep, and up. And just adjust your stance if you need to. So you've got that nice angle on the back leg. There we go. So, second rep. Oh, missed that. So that's 5 for me so far. Eight. 2 more. 9. 1 more. And 10. Okay, so back on the floor, the hollow rock. And if 10 reps was easy for you last time, let's just keep going. So away we go. Look at your toes. Shallow banana for a harder exercise. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tuck that belly button in. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Okay, so get back into the pike position, and you're going to do the pike press. So come really high on your toes and bring your head to the floor. Okay, away you go. So 5 to 10 reps, whatever you can handle. I'll do my bell curls. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, move on to our final round of the dynamic single leg. Just be careful if you've got any sweat on the floor. Let's just mop that up. And away we go. So just gauge your stride first of all, and then get ready to start your reps. Okay, so there we go. And 1, 2. It's really nice and snappy on this. Balance and explode. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more on this side. 10. Swap over. Balance yourself and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. Okay. A hollow rock again. Last round on these. Let's go 15 reps. Away we go. Sort of set your shape, and then go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. Perfect. Right. Okay. And then pike press. Away you go. You know what you're doing from now. So get into your position, however you can do it, and do your presses. So away you go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Brilliant. Okay, on to our last round. Okay, so you're going to recognise this exercise from ones we've done before, but this time you add a little weight. So we've done goblet squats, we've done jumping goblet squats, and now we're going to try weighted jumping goblet squats. So this is going to be 5 to 10 reps, depending on weight you have, and it's just going to go, it's a nice squat, and then jump with the weight. And remember to land with nice soft knees. If you haven't got a weight, then you'll just be able to get through your reps a bit faster, so you can do more than 10. So away we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. Okay, so another ab exercise. So this is a hand to foot pass. So grab anything you like. So if you've got a water bottle or your towel, for instance, just roll it up into a little ball. We're going to go from full stretch to tuck between your toes, back down to the floor, and back up. And that's 1 rep. So grab it with your feet, wherever you can. If it's in between your shins, it doesn't matter, just as high up your leg as you can. Go back to full stretch and then back up. So 10 reps. 9, 8, oh, try not to drop your towel. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, 1. Brilliant. Okay, so now if you can get to a chair or sort of a bench or something, we're just going to go and do some dips. So depending on how fatigued you are, we can fill out stretched legs, we can go into sort of slightly bent legs, or you can try 1 arm and do 10 reps on each side. So completely up to you. So where we go and try these ones, just gives a slightly different feeling, a different stretch. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Swap hands or carry on. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to jumping goblet squats. So select appropriate weight or no weight at all. And away we go. And if you're feeling good, try and get as high as you can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. And then back down to a hand to foot passes. Just roll up the towel or whatever you've got. Doesn't really matter. Stretch out, brace your abs, and away we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right. Okay, back into our dips. So you can try a long lever, short lever, or one arm. So there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop over if you're doing one arm. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last round. Goblet squats. Jump. So really give it some on this one. You can go a bit faster on the reps and higher with the jumps if you can. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Go on, try and push it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Higher. 9, 10. 2 more. 1, 2. Brilliant. Okay. So move on to our hand foot passes. The last time. And there we go. So nicely stretched out and pass. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Brilliant. Okay, last set of dips. Slightly different angle. And there we go. So either one arm or short lever, 2 arms. Whatever you can handle. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Swap over or carry on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great, so that is it, everyone. Well done. And I'll pass you over to Mary.
So we've got our chair, so I'm going to stay down, and we're just going to stretch using our chair, which is just slightly differently, or if you've got any sort of a surface. So just stretching through, like we do in the downward dog, but we're just a little bit higher, and our shoulders are in a slightly different position. So just stretching, catching your breath, and just allowing your body to settle. Then go diagonal hand to diagonal foot and opening. So diagonal hand to diagonal foot and open. And just allow your spine to turn. Hand goes up into the sky. If you prefer, you can just put your hand on your hip. Just looking over. Changing sides. Your hand could be on your knee if you don't reach your foot. And then just looking the other way. Keeping the back nice and straight. You should also just be feeling it in your hamstrings a little. Try when you're in this position not to have your bottom back. Try and have your bottom forward. So your bottom is over your knees and your ankles. Just going to use our chair just to come down and stretch through. So your heel can be on the ground, and as you stretch it over, the heel comes up. And we stretch through our midline, and we reach high. We're just going straight to begin with, our arms are square, nice and tall. And then we're just going to put our elbow on our knee and turn. Again, just turning our body. We've done a lot of straight work, so I'm just going to do a few twists on our turns. So you can just rest there, just allow that body, allow all that fascia in the middle just to turn. As I'm turning, I can push with my elbow and I can open my hip, but my knee is pushing inwards. My elbow pushes out, my knee pushes inwards, and this shoulder opens. Try and feel that stretch all the way around there. If you have it, the arm can go up or the arm can go back. And you can actually do a bind if you want to, coming through. So my arms are just crossed over at the back. But that's quite comfortable. Repositioning your leg, so that your front leg comes up into that hamstring, my back is straight, I'm nice and square, and I'm going down. Doesn't matter how far down you go, try and keep your shoulders open, so you're just going down. You're nice and straight as you go down, but your foot is on the chair. As you bring the toe up, you're actually stretching through your Achilles and your back line. And we're going to turn. And just getting your balance. We've done the side lunge. So let's just play about. Where should we go today? If you're going sideways, as far as you want to go, turn your foot, so your knee and your foot go together. Your knee can go over your ankle. So just stretching through. Up to you, where you feel comfortable. Stretching wide. So stretching wide now. And this time we're going to keep wide. So we're going to keep our hands either side of our ears, stretching wide. So both arms can be up. But try and keep that hip back. Again, just coming through there, nice and wide. Changing legs over. Making sure you're doing the other leg. So you're just straight to begin with. Nice and straight. You can do it on the floor if you haven't got a chair. You can just be doing it down here. That's absolutely fine. If you've got your chair, it just gives you a different angle. And stretching that knee over. Knee over. And coming straight with your arms. So your arms are straight and reaching, and then your arms can come up. You should be on the other side and just twisting. Remember, the knee and the arm bind and you twist. And then coming down. You can pop the chair in front of you so that you go wider. Using that to help you go wide. You can just do it without the chair. It's up to you. If the chair, you're a little bit higher, and you can go down on the chair. So you can just rest down. Some of you can go down to the floor. The option would be to go way down, and you can hang your head on the mat. And maybe, and just open your legs a little bit wider. So try and go for that width. Allow your head to hang, and just inhale and exhale. If you move your hands forward, it's easier to get your head to the ground. So maybe experiment with that by just walking your hands out and going down. Your feet are still pointing outwards, getting the inner thigh. Just allowing the body to settle. Just allowing the fibers to lengthen. We're using our breath. As we breathe out, we just let go. Go a little bit longer, a little bit longer. Then walking it in just that little bit, heel toe in a little. Arms are going behind our back, keeping our head down, and our arms are going to come up, and our head's going to go down. This time we're going to bend our knees, bending your knees, and pulling your arms back towards your head. Coming forward, and we already did this in the warm-up, just moving your chair out of the way and swinging from side to side. In your squat position, your elbows on your knees, and just swing from side to side. You may want to go lower, that's an option. And again, as Alex did in the warm-up, the knee may go in, so you can twist your knee in. You can just gently ease your knee in. Your knee can go to the ground or it can just go inwards. We've gone out, so now we're going in. And in. Then you're going to come down onto all fours and just rest in the child's pose. Just resting with your arms forward. And make sure your toes are pointed to stretch out the shins along your legs. Just settling, letting the body be. And then doing our diagonal arm stretch, so we're threading that needle. One arm goes under, one arm is straight, the other arm goes underneath the top arm. Twisting that shoulder under as far as you can. Again, the option is that straight arm is then lifted and you can turn just that little bit more. So if we go with that top arm, we're then just going to keep looking at our top arm, keep looking at your top arm, and you should roll over onto your back. So you should now be on your back, on your bottom, and your knees can be straight or they can be bent. And you're going to go into your back plank with your head backwards. So your hands are facing forward and your head goes backwards and your toes point. Lift those hips if you can, stretch through, pull those shoulders down. We're going to keep turning round and round we go. Round into your child's pose, back to where you started, as though nothing has happened. Be back into your child's pose. This time the opposite arm stays forward and the opposite arm goes under. What we call threading the needle on a twist. Try to keep your hips square and try and turn that body, following that arm that's turning to the side. Then that top arm lifts and you open up. And then you turn in the opposite direction. Doesn't matter if you go on the floor, we're going back to our back plank. And this time on our back plank, we're just going to raise the leg up and look back. So raise the leg and look back. If you have it here, you may want to go into the crab, into your wheel. That's up to you. Just going to lift that leg, that's an option. Now just stay in your back crab. The knees are bent, head's going back. then our bottom's going to come down. We're going to turn around. We're going to rest into our child's pose. We're just going to rest there, as though nothing has happened. Keeping on the theme of our hips, I want us to go into our 4-point, and I want your right leg to go on the outside of your left leg. And I want you to push that knee away. So your right leg is going wide. So I want a wide position. Just going wide, stretching through, mobilizing and stretching. And once you've gone as wide as you feel comfortable, you're just going to let it be. Let it be. Look, that's how you stretch. Just let it go wide. Try and keep those hips square, but your leg is going wide. All sorts of stretches you can do from here. You can go backwards. You can come forwards. If we could just move, and you can lift that back leg. It's up to you. Be careful of your knees. That back leg can lift. And some of you can do the total mermaid, which is that arm goes around and your leg will come up. My challenge is just to lift my leg. You may have your challenge, even this, that's a challenge. If you have it, that back leg can lift up. And down we go. Back into your 4-point, a little bit of a cat-cow. Pull up your tummy, stretch out. Pull up your tummy, stretch out. So your left leg needs to go wide now. So that's square, and your left leg is going out to the side. Move it around. Just mobilize it through. And once you feel comfortable with the wide position, stretching through, again, you can rest. That arm can come up. Wherever you want to go. And again, that leg can come up. So you're pulling that back leg up. I'll just show you simply, but not in the full movement. If that leg comes up, that's where you can go. That movement's not for me tonight. Doesn't matter. You are where you are. Those of you that can, that top arm can come up, and that leg will be bound. That leg at the back will also be up. I'm fine, this is my version. You may have a much more advanced version. You are where you are. Don't strain, just let it be. And then coming back into your cat-cow. Re-establish your spine into the straight line. Then I want us to go to our sit-through. This is a movement where your right leg will go to your left arm, but your knee comes inwards. So your knee comes to the elbow, crosses inwards. Instead of going out, the knee comes inwards. So the knee comes in and you're in the down position. And if you can, that leg goes straight. And you have a lovely long stretch down the outside of that leg that's crossed over. Again, play with that position. Find out where your stretch is. If you can keep your hips square, then you've got internal rotation of the hip. And even through the Achilles, through the shins, just stretching through. Bending your knee if you want to, having a straight leg. Just getting that flexibility, curling the foot back, going back into your cat-cow. Pulling your hips up, pulling your tummy in, and looking up. And it's the other leg, maybe different on this side. The knee goes inwards towards the diagonal hand. Wherever it is, just crosses inwards, your hips are square. Finding that internal rotation of the hip. And then that leg can come out. You may have to help it out. That's where it is. Try and feel that cross. Your foot is turned, so the sole is at 90 degrees. The inside of that leg is stretched. Sorry, the outside of the leg is stretched. Just play about with that movement. Feel your stretch. And then bring that leg back. Coming back through into your 4-point. Nice and straight in your 4-point. Just crossed over, so now going to cross back. So raising that leg up and going into your wild thing, opening that hip. Your leg comes up and it opens. Up straight and then open. And then goes back and really stretch through. Your leg can be straight, it can be bent. And coming back, bringing the leg back, changing sides, swinging it in, crossing over and back, and open up. Opening up, following your hand, and coming back, rolling onto our backs. Time to just appreciate being alive, being well. Having knees that come to your chest. Giving yourself a big hug. I always like to just extend that a little. If you can get hold of your ankles, pull your ankles in. If you can get hold of your toes, pull your toes in. Pull your head to your knees, chin to knees. Curl up into the littlest ball you can be. You can practice just rocking there, just allowing your back to settle. Stretching those toes, stretching that plantar fascia, and then just let it go. And just simply letting the knees drop. Knees drop to one side. If you want to, you can cross over the bottom leg onto the knee. It just stretches your lower back just a little bit. Only if your back's comfortable. Knees together is absolutely fine. Coming up to centre. Both knees together, dropping to the other side. Allowing those knees to drop. If you want to extend that twist of your spine, bottom leg comes up, the heel comes on the knee and pulls that leg over. Only if you think that your back will allow you to do it. Don't stretch where it feels uncomfortable. And coming up, we're just going to have our legs in the air. We're not going to go backwards, we're just going to have our legs straight above, supporting our knees with our hands, allowing our legs to drain. You may want to do a toe point. Sometimes I like to do the shin stretch where I pull and push one foot against the other as my legs are in the air. Pulling and pushing. You can do your hands at the same time. Stretch those fingers back. Pull those toes back. With the other hand, pull and push the opposite way. What about our thumb? Our thumb has so many muscles. Maybe just pull the thumb so that it straightens. Can you make that L shape with your fingers while your feet are in the air? So your middle finger and your thumb, try and make an L shape. You may just have to help that thumb to come out at 90 degrees. The thumb has many little muscles. Just twisting your hand, making a fist. Stretching those hands. Opening and closing, just while those feet are in the air. Make sure you've changed your feet over. Stretching your hand back, especially those people who are starting rowing again. All those muscles in your arms. Time to just give them a little massage, a little bit of movement. And then we're just going to let ourselves be. Let those legs go down to the ground. And let those arms just relax. And just concentrate on our breathing. Just inhaling. As you exhale, let those shoulders go. Throw that tension away. Allow those knees to be soft. The hips to melt into the mat. Lower those shoulders a little. Take them away from your ears. Wriggle through your back. Just inhaling and exhaling. Taking time for you. Time just to let go. Time to be thankful. Just inhaling and exhaling. Slowly letting your toes move, letting your ankles move, and your knees, and your wrists, thumb to little finger. Those fingers stretch the elbows. Maybe stretching our elbows back to the back of the mat. Bringing our knees up. And turning onto our right side. And just coming up to your seated position. Crossing our legs. Letting the head hang. Maybe that'll just stretch your lower back. Allowing your lower back to open, to curl, and to open. I just want you to gather that air in and come up. And gather all that air in, reaching forward, and come up through the centre line. And just relax. Last time, gather all that air in, a big hug for you. And then just let all that air move around your body. Oh, just juggle the shoulders. Just let it be. And well done you. Great class, well done. Thank you, Alex, for all your lovely exercises. And just lovely to be here with you tonight on the mat. So thank you for coming. Hey.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alex. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Mary.
Thank you, Alex.